Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. I'm Gina Page, president and co-founder of African Ancestry. We're getting ready for our weekly Facebook Live. It's Wednesday, October 3rd here in Washington, D.C. It's Wednesday, October 3rd everywhere, probably, except for, I don't know, places that are 12 hours. It's not. But anyway, welcome everybody. I'm glad to be here with you today. And we've had a full week. We've been really busy. We had a full month last month is what I'll say. Last week I told you I was in New York City. We did a reveal with students and teachers at South Brooklyn Community High School. And that was really, really impactful. You just never know how young people are going to react to the information. And we actually had been putting it off. We couldn't get our calendars straight, coordinated with the teacher, and they had been waiting anxiously for their results. So we got a very warm welcome. Shout out to Sangu Jakam, brilliant playwright and actor in New York. He was with me for the reveal, and he had those young people captivated. So I think you'll be seeing more of Sangu with the African Ancestry reveals. He really does it well. Hey, Ken. Hello, hello. Welcome. Thank you for joining us, I should say. I was also on the Karen Hunter show, and Karen Hunter is a huge champion of the African Ancestry experience. She's been family for a long time, and she's doing amazing things at Sirius XM radio on channel 126. She's rebuilt the Urban View station with all kinds of new content, new radio show hosts, and it's always a good time. And thank you, Karen. Shout out to Karen. We had a delicious dinner afterwards in the restaurant downstairs. She is the queen of that restaurant. Everybody knew her. And then I met with a couple other people in New York. We have some very interesting things coming down the pike as it relates to finding your ancestry, and then what do you do next? And so I can't talk about them right now, but we're creating some really strong partnerships with other folks out of New York. So I'm looking forward to that. Hey, Amy, welcome. This week, we are celebrating independence of 3 African countries. On October 1st, it was Nigeria. Shout out to everybody who's in the African Ancestry family from Nigeria. You all are my cousins. Our country celebrated independence on the 1st. And then on the 2nd, the Republic of Guinea celebrated its Independence Day. And so shout out to them. And tomorrow, the Kingdom of Lesotho will be celebrating its independence. And did you all know that there's a very strong clothing manufacturing industry in Lesotho? Check out some of the labels in your clothes, and you'll see Lesotho on some of those labels. So that's the countries that are celebrating their independence from colonial rule. That could be a whole nother show. Hey, Melvin, welcome. CW, welcome. Larry Hinkston, welcome. Let's see. Oh, so last week, if you guys were on, I did this makeshift lesson, show and tell lesson with hand-drawn images and coloring and all of that, because we've been getting a lot of questions about our test, and I wanted to kind of clarify. And so this week, I thought that it would be a good idea to answer some more questions that continue to come up. And one of the questions we get often is, will the test break down where you find African ancestry in my DNA? And Ty gave me that question, and I don't really understand exactly. That seems like a loaded question with a lot of different answers. They also want to know, will they receive a breakdown? Because you all know that other companies give you all these percentages. So I wanted to just show you a couple of slides. We're better prepared this week to do this. But I wanted to just show you a couple of slides as a refresher, actually, to what we talked about last week, but hopefully to better explain for those of you who are wondering, well, why didn't I get African results? Or are you going to tell me where in Africa I'm from? So I'm happy to answer your question. Let me just go through these slides first. So let's see, is there a way to just show this tie and not me? How do I take, oh, okay, let me take myself out. Oh, because I took.
Go back up and just show the slash solo.
Oh, okay. Can you all hear me now? Lost sound, no audio. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Uh-oh. All right. Okay, can you guys hear me now? They still can't hear me? Ah! All right, so you all still can't hear me. Let me take this down. Okay, we're good. So you can hear me. Okay, so, all right, we're just gonna have to split the screen like that. All right, so he's green, but he has a little bit of yellow that he got from his mother. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Stephanie. My daddy-o's on. Thank you. But he has this little bit of yellow from his mother and a little bit of yellow from his father. So we're going to, if you see, he has two parents, and so that's two people that make up who he is. All right. So when we want to trace maternal ancestry, we look only at the yellow. So we look at the yellow that he got from his mother, and she got from her mother, and she got from her mother, and so on, all the way back for generations. So if we go back one more generation, now there are four people who make up who he is. That's four lineages. That means it's four branches of the family tree. That means it's four separate places that you are going to find ancestry. And one test can't tell you all four. One test can only tell you one. So we follow the yellow dot from him to his mother to his maternal grandmother, and we can get that answer. We can follow the blue dot and go from him to his father to his paternal grandfather, and we'll get that answer. But what about the other two people? What about his maternal grandfather or his paternal grandmother? Well, they don't have his yellow dot. They don't have his blue dot. You see what I'm saying here? So his Coretta Scott King, her father is a different blue dot. It's a different lineage. And so it's going to go back to a different place. And it requires somebody with that blue dot to take the test. And Martin Luther King's maternal grandmother has a different yellow dot. So we need somebody with her yellow dot to take the test to get that line. So there are four possibilities here, four different lines, and one test is only going to give us one of the four. So no, we aren't going to give you a breakdown of all of the DNA you have. We're only looking at a single branch of the tree. So now, if we take it back one more generation, now there are 8 people who make up who you are. Does that make sense? There are actually 8 people that make up who you are, because each of your grandparents has two parents. We can tell him his yellow dot. We found that among the Mende and Temne people living in Sierra Leone today. And we can tell him the ancestry of his blue dot. Those are people living in Europe today. Actually, he has Irish paternal ancestry. But it doesn't tell us about any of the other 6 great-grandparents. They all have different yellow dots and blue dots than he has. And so those are different lineages that won't show up in the African ancestry test that Martin Luther King III takes. So I hope that was helpful. We don't break down anything. We just look at one branch and get very specific to that branch. All right. So October is Arts and Humanities. Oh, wait a minute. Sawatu, I don't know if I'm saying your name right. Sawatu has a question. So if you post your question, I'd be happy to answer your question for you. And I'm glad this made sense to you all trying to work this technology, but that's the essence of it. So if you want to know about all 8 great-grandparents, then you're going to need 8 different African ancestry tests. And you're going to need a bunch of different people to take them. If you want to know percentages and want breakdowns, then you can take another company's test, but they're not going to tell you which branch goes where, and they're not going to be able to break down your African down to an ethnic group and a country. All right, Donna, you're waiting for your results. I know you're excited. Where do you think you're going to be from? Do you have any ideas about where you're going to be from, Donna, or where you want to be from? I'd love to know that. We can all take a guess about where we think Donna is going to be from. Okay, so I'm waiting for Sawatu's question, but I'm going to go into October being Arts and Humanities Month. And, you know, our Facebook Uber producer, Ty, is the creative one of the team. And so she has me talking about that. Okay, so the question is, the understanding is that women have 2 X's. Yes, they do. 1 X from the father and 1 X from the mother. Yes. I always wondered why they trace their dad's paternal lineage instead of the dad's maternal lineage. That's a great question. So I'm not a geneticist, as you all know, but what I can tell you is we're not using the X chromosome. We're using the mitochondrial DNA. And that is separate from the DNA that's on the X chromosome. So we don't get mitochondrial DNA from our fathers, even though we have their X chromosome. Technology isn't there yet to allow us to look at the father's X chromosome that a woman has. So let me say that again. As a woman, technology today doesn't allow me to look at my father's X chromosome. So that's why we can't get our father's maternal ancestry. Maybe one day it's going to get there, but we just can't do that right now. So Ty wants us to celebrate Arts and Humanities Month because she's the creative genius in the African ancestry family. And so this month we're going to highlight artists who have helped to raise African consciousness, because that's what we're doing. We're helping to raise African consciousness. And so we want to celebrate artists that are doing the same thing. And so this week, we're going to focus on Nina Simone. So we've been researching Nina Simone, and I actually remember, Ty, I didn't remember this until just a few minutes ago, that we went to see a play here in DC at Arena Stage about Nina Simone, but she was amazing. So she's the epitome of what we would call an artivist. She's an activist and an artist combined. And we know her for her protest songs, if you will. But did you all know that she came to that reluctantly? She didn't come out the box singing about protest and singing about African consciousness and making us feel good about being young, gifted, and Black. She started off as a classical pianist. She actually wanted to be a classical pianist and didn't get into the schools that she wanted to study. So she started teaching music and eventually began singing. And in 1964, she had that pivotal song. I don't know if you all are familiar. It's called Mississippi Goddamn. If you haven't heard it, you definitely got to Google it and listen to it. She wrote that in response to the killing of Medgar Evers and the bombing of the little girls in the 16th Street Baptist Church. That was considered to be her first civil rights song. And she really didn't want to do this kind of music because she felt like it took away from the spirit of the people and the struggle to try and condense your message into 3 minutes, to try and deal with politics in a 3.5 minute song she thought was demeaning. But when those two events happened, she couldn't keep it in anymore. And so she wrote and performed Mississippi Goddamn. And it actually got banned because, you know, in the southern states, you couldn't be talking about goddamn in the title. Imagine that today. There's so much more that you can say today. All right. So Jamil wants to know if a person has paternal results shared with 2 tribes, does the order is listed on the certificate show which one is the greater link? No. So sometimes our results come back with more than one ethnic group in a country, or one ethnic group in one country, one ethnic group in a different country. And that's because we found those groups with the exact same frequency. So we couldn't say, well, your results are only this or only that, because, for example, we often find Mende results from Sierra Leone and Temne results for a person. The Mende and the Temne are social groupings. They're not necessarily genetics. And so, no, one isn't, you're not more of one than the other. We just have to put them, you know, we can't put them both on the same line. So that's why you get that. So there's this amazing quote from Nina Simone. She says, "My job is to somehow make Black people curious enough or persuade them by hook or crook to get them more aware of themselves and where they came from." Does that sound familiar? That's exactly what we're doing. We're helping people to transform the way they view themselves and the way they view Africa by understanding where they're from. And so we really feel that spirit of Nina Simone in the work that we do. I mentioned the song "To Be Young, Gifted, and Black." That song really became like the core anthem of the Black Pride movement in the 1970s. And I suppose that's why it's so familiar to me. 1970s. Shout out to everybody who grew up in the 70s. So she had gotten to be really good friends with Lorraine Hansberry. And Lorraine Hansberry wrote "A Raisin in the Sun." And she also wrote a book, "To Be Young, Gifted, and Black." And so that's how the song came about, through the influence of Lorraine Hansberry's work. And then, you know, more recently, it's been a few years, but her song "For Women" came back into the forefront of popular culture. I think it was 2010. Yeah, 2010, Black Girls Rock. They did a tribute to Nina Simone and the song "For Women." That song portrayed 4 different types of Black women. So there was Aunt Sarah, there was Sophronia, there was Sweet Thing, and of course there was Peaches. And she was very descriptive in storytelling through that song, talking about skin color and physical features and lifestyle and the challenges that they faced. And so it was a peek and insight into colorism and the resilience of Black women. And so for Black Girls Rock in 2010, they did a tribute to Nina Simone, and it was Kelly Price, Marsha Ambrosius from Floetry, Jill Scott, and Lettucey, and they tore that stage up. So That would be something cool to Google in honor of Nina Simone. And then even more recently than that, in 2014, the singer and songwriter Somi, she remade For Women, but using African themes. So we're going to be highlighting different artists this month. I'm not going to tell you who because they might change. But if you all have some artists that you think we should highlight during Arts and Humanities Month and fit within our goal of trying to celebrate artists that have helped to raise our consciousness, please let us know. So we've been having, hey, we got somebody from Senegal, Musa. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for watching. I love Senegal. That's the first country I visited in Africa when I was in college. I lived in Dakar, Senegal for 3 months. My French got very, very good because it was either French or Wolof, and I couldn't say anything in Wolof except for Mangi Firek. Is that right, Musa? Did I say that right? And I fell in love with Chebajin and have been eating it ever since. So Mangi for that. It's kind of like, how you doing? Donna asks, have we traced other than celebrity? I don't understand your question, Donna. What do you mean? Let me know what you mean so I can answer that. So every week we've been doing a trivia question, and I have a gift. You have a choice of gifts this week for the first person who can name 2 African countries that Nina Simone lived in. I have either this really pretty fan from Ghana, would be a lovely gift. There you go, the fan. Or a really pretty African ancestry journal. So anyway, I can never do this. Everything's backwards on this, but it's got African ancestry embossed and a tree and all that. So Fela, okay, Charlene, Fela was on the list. Okay, very good, very good. Fela is definitely on the list. We gotta play music when we talk about Fela, though. And Charlene, did you see Fela when it was on Broadway or when it toured? Okay, Arturo, you only got one, Arturo. You got one correct. So we need 2 countries that Nina Simone lived in to win either this beautiful fan or this journal. Ketsi, you got your results 2 days ago. Congratulations. Oh, Senegal and Liberia and Sierra Leone. Congratulations. Welcome to the family. I hope you've been on the online community, Ketsi. You got to go in there and meet your family. There's some experts. Oh, okay. Okay. Nigeria and Egypt. Is that correct? I don't think those aren't the 2 countries. Not those 2 countries, Stephanie. Keep trying. Oh, this was a good trivia question. People are trying to guess. All right. So while you guys are trying to win the oh yeah, have we tested other everyday people? Absolutely. If you go onto our YouTube channel, Donna, you can see a lot of reveals that people have posted on their own, reveals that we've done with people who are just ordinary folks who make the world go round. So no, we don't just reveal celebrities. Like I said, when we last week were in Brooklyn, we did a reveal for some high school students. Is that right? No.
Yes, one.
You got one, Melvin. You're close. Okay, so if you are hoping to give African ancestry results as a gift for the holiday, not the test, but the actual results, you need to get your kits now because we need about 8 weeks to make sure we get you the results in time for the holidays. And so I'm encouraging everybody who wants to give results for the holidays to get the kits now and get your swabs back ASAP. Oh, I think Arturo got it. Congratulations, Arturo. Yes, those 2 countries. Didn't Arturo win last week?
He did.
Okay. I was about to say, Arturo, you're like a trivia star. So you have to tell us which gift you want. Do you have a lovely lady to give the fan to, or the journal, or maybe a lovely man would like the fan or the journal, just let us know. DM us with your information and we will send you your prize. Thank you for trying, everybody. I hope you all are inspired to go listen to some Nina Simone music. That would be cool. All right, what else did I want to tell you? Oh, the Sanctuary podcast. So African Ancestry family member, close friend, champion, Wendy Cherry has a brand new podcast called The Sanctuary Podcast. And she is talking to some amazing women, myself included, about all different kinds of things related to our psychological and emotional and physical wellness and well-being. And so this week, I was the guest on The Sanctuary. She has a special code. So for African Ancestry tests, so if you listen to The Sanctuary, you can get the code to get a discount on an African Ancestry test kit. Shout out to Wendy. We wish you much success with that podcast. And I hope that you all will go listen because she's part of the family. And, you know, the more, what is it called? More reviews and likes and stuff she gets on her podcast, the higher it moves up in the rankings and the more people who listen. So help us support Wendy Cherry in that. And then October 13th, we're going to be on the road. Oh, Arturo, okay, the fan is for your wife. Yes. She's going to love this. So DM us with your shipping information and we'll make sure. This fan has a lot of pink in it, so you don't have to worry about Ty taking it. Ty has an aversion to pink and green. It's like, I'm just kidding. Ty's the only Delta in the office, in an office that has multiple AKAs. October 13th, we're on the road. So here's an opportunity for you all to get to meet Ty. She's going to be here in DC at an event called Celebrate Africa on Sunday, October 14th, here in the DC area in Bladensburg, Maryland. She'll be out there. And, you know, Ty is the one who loves answering questions and talking. And she got all kinds of charts and stuff she pulls out and helps you with all this exploration of your family and who should take the test. And she's a wealth of information. And you guys can guess what color her hair is going to be because every week her hair is a different color. So maybe we'll do a contest. Who can guess Ty's hair color on the 14th? So if you're in the DMV, please come out and check Ty out. And then on Saturday, the 13th, I'll be in Atlanta with Tony Browder, Atlantis Browder, and Kaba, the soul singer, to raise awareness and funds for the Asa Restoration Project. If you guys were listening a couple weeks ago, or if you didn't, please go into the archives and check out the live that I did with Tony Browder. He is an expert in Kemet, ancient Kemet, and has devoted his life to the restoration of two 25th dynasty tombs from the Kush dynasty. And those are basically the Black folks' tombs. So he is another person who's helping us to understand better who we are by understanding where we're from. And we're excited to be in Atlanta. So if you guys are in Atlanta, please come out. You will not be disappointed. You are going to learn more than you ever could have imagined. You're all going to leave there wanting to travel to Egypt. And you can, because they have a study tour. We'll have test kits. So you could, you know, if you wanted to get a kit and you wanted to have the results by Christmas and you live in Atlanta, you can come on out to the event. It's at the Woodruff Arts Library. And you can even do the swabbing there. So I hope to see you all there. Okay, Donna says she's done 4 different DNA tests and none of the matches are names I'm familiar with. Well, that's okay, because that's the whole point, is for you to learn more. And so that's one of the success metrics that we use for African ancestry. How many people know more about Africa as a result of African ancestry? That number is huge. How many people know an African country that they weren't familiar with before? That is a positive measure of success for us at African Ancestry. So that's okay, Donna. You now know, and you can share the information. Melvin, love Ty. She's definitely a tremendous wealth of information. Yes, she is. Arturo, if you are in Atlanta, I hope you and your wife definitely come out and learn about the Asa Restoration Project and African Ancestry. I mentioned Kaba, the soul singer. He is amazing. I'm inviting you all to come listen to Kaba. He's actually going to be singing to me, but you all will be able to hear it. So beautiful, beautiful voice. I think that's all we have. If there are no more questions, I hope I got to everybody's questions. Oh, yes, yes, yes. So, Donna, you can get a pendant when you, oops, not this, when you get a result. Arturo, Melvin, all of you guys who have taken the test, the holidays are coming up. And these would be fantastic gifts for you all. We have more pendants now. We've added Guinea-Bissau. We've added Guinea-Bissau and Sierra Leone. We've added the Nigeria and Cameroon pendant. And then you can always customize a pendant. So if you want other countries that you don't see that we have yet, our jeweler is amazing. So we can make a pendant with any country that you want. So don't forget to check out the pendants, the heirloom pendant collection at AfricanAncestry.com. Let's see. You know what, Stephanie? I am coming to Jacksonville, Florida. I'm coming to Amelia Island on October 26th and 27th is the Choosy Lovers Food and Wine Festival. Hopefully you know about that. If not, I'll have Ty. Ty, can you please post that so people know? We'll talk about it as we get closer. Oh, maybe we should invite them on for a live. It's a husband and wife couple, Mandy and Elliot Buckner. They are chefs. They're professional chefs, and they are doing their first food and wine festival in Amelia Island. So I'll be down to do a reveal for them on Friday, the 26th, to kick off the event. And so, yeah, Stephanie, you're welcome to come. Oh, Deborah, yes. Oh, there you are. We sure did ship your pendant today. I saw that pendant. It's gorgeous. I can't remember that. I think you were Nigeria, maybe. I feel like you were Nigeria. I can't remember everything, but I do remember that. So Stephanie, yes, I'm flying into Jacksonville, and I understand Amelia Island is beautiful. So I really encourage you all. They're going to be doing stuff throughout the area related to food and wine. It's a festival for couples. So if you have a significant other or someone who you want to share the weekend with, I encourage you to register for that festival. Nigeria, yes, that's what I thought. Detroit, Michigan. Now, I don't have anything on the books for Detroit yet, Donna, but I'm happy to come to Detroit. So if you know of an organization, a church, a civic group, a university, a school, whoever, an office for Black History Month, just let us know. We travel all over the country, and Detroit is certainly easy to get to. So I'd be happy to come. Oh, Stephanie, yeah, that would be cool if your results are back by then. I will talk to Simone, who's our data analytics manager, to see where your results are in the process. And maybe, I don't know if I could do a reveal, but I certainly could meet you and give you the results. I'm writing your name down, Stephanie. So Ty said inbox us with what? With your kid ID number, and we'll look it up. Let's see. Anybody else? Hello, Gerald. Welcome, welcome. We were talking about Nina Simone today. We're talking about all kinds of things. If you guys don't have any more questions, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for joining. Oh, California, Shavana. Will I be in? You know what? We're talking to the Pan-African Film Festival. That runs from February 7th through the 17th, I think it is, 17th or 18th in Los Angeles. So there's a good chance, we haven't finalized it yet, but there's a good chance that we'll be in LA for the Pan-African Film Festival. So stay tuned for that. And I'm Gina Page. I'm the president and co-founder of AfricanAncestry.com. Don't forget to check out Nina Simone and her music. She definitely is someone that devoted her career, her life, to helping raise our consciousness and helping us better understand who we are through her art. And so we honor her this month, and we honor you for joining us and being a part of the African Ancestry family. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.